So that is a wrap on the 2024 NFL season. Super disappointing Super Bowl, in my opinion, not because of the outcome or anything like that, just not a very entertaining game, not a very high stakes, high pressure sort of game. Even though I'm not a Chiefs fan, I was rooting for them. It would have been cool to witness history, first ever three-peat in NFL history, but good for the Eagles for just really destroying the Chiefs' plans, and they just completely dominated the game. Even though that they really contained that run game and they really shut down Saquon Barkley. But that's the thing, man. It's the thing about all sports, honestly. Defense wins championships, and we saw it right here tonight, Exhibit A. Just a masterclass by Vic Fangio. And I haven't really been the biggest Nick Sirianni fan, but I really can't talk crap about him anymore. 2 Super Bowl berths in the last 3 years, and now he's a Super Bowl champion. So definitely a legitimate head coach. And as far as the Eagles go, they will be losing Kellen Moore this offseason. He will become the Saints head coach, but hopefully Vic Fangio stays around for the next 5, maybe 10 years as the Eagles defensive coordinator, because he really turned that Eagles defense right around a year ago. They got blown out in the wild card on the road against Baker Mayfield and the Bucs, and this year they essentially shut out Pat Mahomes for almost the entire game pretty much. So shout out Vic Fangio, a legendary performance, a legendary season, and a legendary defense. And Jalen Hurts too, man. You know, I've been not the biggest fan of that contract he signed a year or two ago, but I mean, what can you really say now? I know he didn't have the best season, but almost a perfect performance against Pat Mahomes in the Super Bowl. He really only made that one airmail throw, but other than that, he was pretty much perfect, man. And even the first time they played, he had a pretty electric performance. So Jalen Hurts is him, man. He's that dude, and you know, going forward for the rest of his career, he can have stretches where he struggles and maybe he doesn't look as hot as he needs to, and he doesn't look that great in the regular season or maybe the first couple of rounds in the playoffs, but when the Eagles get to the Super Bowl, this dude balls out. So he's clutch as hell. He is a clutch quarterback, and good for Jalen Hurts, man. That's all I gotta say. And yeah, probably the most boring Super Bowl since the Seahawks and Broncos Super Bowl in 2014. I know the Rams and the Patriots Super Bowl also was not really a fan favorite, but at least that game was close. But yeah, man, pretty boring Super Bowl. And it's just kind of depressing too how we're not going to get football until August. So to leave it off on that note, just kind of a bitter taste in my mouth right now. I just wanted a better game, man. I really thought it was going to be a good game, really competitive game like the first time they met 2 years ago, but man, just did not live up to the hype. And that's the difference right there, man. The battle of the trenches. We saw Mahomes' first Super Bowl loss against the Bucs. The Bucs pass rushers just completely annihilated him, and we saw that again tonight. The Eagles just had their way with Mahomes and really just completely obliterated their game plan. But the good thing is, if you are a Mahomes hater, if you are a Chiefs hater, you got to be pretty happy right now. But not only that, I think this definitely ends the debate of Mahomes potentially being the GOAT over Brady. Mahomes is still early in his career, but he already has 2 Super Bowl L's. And not only that, man, but Tom Brady had 3 Super Bowl losses in his career, but none of those losses were blowouts. Mahomes has 2 blowout losses so far, and honestly, I know football is the ultimate team sport, but man, a rough performance from Mahomes today. Yes, he did have 2 pretty amazing throws to Xavier Worthy, but the game was over at that point. And he definitely laid an egg today, but it is what it is. But yeah, man, I just think that debate is over. Let me know if you agree with me or if you think he still has the potential to overtake Tom Brady one day. I honestly think for him to overtake Tom Brady, he needs to at least get 7 rings. And I don't know, it's just like 2 Super Bowl performances where it just wasn't that impressive. And like even in Tom Brady's loss to the Eagles, he broke a Super Bowl record for most passing yards in the Super Bowl. So, like, even when he lost, he still put up amazing numbers. Mahomes, you can't really say the same about him. So that's why I think the debate is over. And going forward, man, it's just kind of funny how things can flip on a dime. We were talking about Chiefs making NFL history with repeating, and that would have made Mahomes 4-1 in Super Bowls. And then now he has a 3-2 record in the Super Bowl. He was really almost getting to that Michael Jordan sort of level where he seemed unstoppable, but now he really seems like he's crashed down back to earth. And that's the thing too, man. Like if hypothetically Josh Allen wins the if Josh Allen wins the Super Bowl next year, or Joe Burrow wins the Super Bowl next year, there's going to be real conversations of Pat Mahomes no longer being the best quarterback in the NFL. But, you know, if he had an amazing performance today, he would be in a complete league of his own. And there was a bit of that narrative this past year of Josh Allen overtaking Mahomes as the best quarterback in the NFL. So definitely big legacy implications after this loss. But yeah, fair play to the Eagles. They were the best team in the NFL this past regular season, and they proved it in the playoffs. I really don't think anybody in the AFC could have beat the Eagles, honestly. Like, if the Bills somehow made the Super Bowl, I feel like the score would have been a lot worse, and Saquon Barkley would have had like 250 yards. And that's the thing too, man. They're definitely set up to repeat as defending champions. I don't think the team is going to look too much different a year from now. So the Eagles' future, very, very bright indeed. Let me know if you agree with me that you think Tom Brady is 1,000% the GOAT at this point in time. And are you surprised by this outcome? I mean, honestly, man, just like everyone else, I thought it was going to be a close game. So I'm definitely surprised it was a blowout. But then again, like, I guess you could have seen this coming just because the Eagles' defense has been the best in the NFL. But at the same time, like, Jaden Daniels put up pretty good numbers against them. Same with Matt Stafford and the Rams. And both times the Eagles were at home. So I don't know. I guess that's why I didn't pick them. I just thought Mahomes would have a better game, man. But it is what it is. If you made this far, please subscribe and like the vid. It would help out your boy a ton. That's all I got for right now. Peace.
Tackles made, and that'll move the chains. They'll decline the penalty and let the play stand. Powell lined up in the backfield. 1st and 10. Ryan's there that time for the tackle.
This is one good tackling defense. They stay in good position at all times, and we saw it that time, and they stopped the play for a short gain.
Right back to him once more. He's tackled right at the 48. 3rd and 8 coming up. The Jets will look to get to the 45 to pick up a 1st down. Out of the shotgun formation. Amaro's got it on a pass, had some heat on it. The Jets are up right now, and a big reason why is the offense is coming through. On the season, you see the numbers, and they're not great. But today, they certainly have been in the groove.
Jim, I'll just say this. Finally, all the hard work is paying off. It's starting to show on the field. Boy, but it has been one frustrating year for this offense.
Second down and 10. He'll get it again. And Ivory's tackled down after a gain of 2.
Ivory's a dangerous runner when you give him room to run, but there is no room this time. What a job by the defense. They bottle him up for a short gain.
Third and 7. Incomplete. The hit jarred the ball loose. And this will be from 47 yards, the field goal attempt. The kick, it's through there. The kick is good.